So that to Australia is new. That style of bodywork is new.
What's it like to ride with that big front wheel, mate?
All right, we're here in Queensland, Pugs.
Yeah, just drop into paper painting. So we featured his bike a few years ago now, but man, he's come a long way, and there's a lot of talk up here and even around Australia of this different stuff he's doing. And there's a concept he does, like tin swapping, which is he's actually trademarked it. It's pretty cool. But we'll see. We'll talk further when we get in there. And we're actually coming to see one of his new bikes, his new build.
Yeah, he's got a new build. Looks really cool. But we're here to find something now.
We want to know. He calls himself a paper painting. Is he God's gift to the painting world?
In Australia, globally, let's find out.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Go ask him some questions.
All right.
Let's go meet Hayden, eh? G'day, mate.
Bugs. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Hayden, how are you, brother?
Good to see you, bro.
You too, man.
Here for the unveil.
Yes, mate. Should be good. Of course, we had your bike featured a while ago now, your V-Rod.
Yeah, yep.
And now I'm
8 months ago.
yeah, looking forward to seeing what's under here. But mate, you've got such a big reputation now. Like a lot of talk up here and around Australia about some of the work you're doing. It's really good, man.
Yeah, bringing a new style.
Let's check it out, mate.
Man. Time to unveil this bad boy.
Far out. Look at that. That is a serious bit of gear, mate. That is beautiful. So yeah, tell me a little bit about the paint job, mate.
Yeah, so basically stripped down from what it was, blacked it out as black as we could get it, and put in the beveled honeycomb. So that's an all new look. Beveled the edges of the honeycomb, stretched it a little bit from your normal like sort of hex style sort of honeycomb, and made a black flake. Laid the black flake over top of the black to try and smoke it in. Something new, something fresh, hasn't been done before. So
Yeah, that's awesome. And it goes all the way through.
all faded in, so down the side covers into the bags.
So tell us a little bit about the build as well. So
Yeah, so the build's originally Bad Dad in the US. So all the bodywork that you see is a stretched tank into the side plates, into the bags, all Bad Dad.
yeah, right.
They don't really have a dealership here, or like a dealer importing that sort of stuff here, which I'm looking at doing.
Yeah, right.
So for them. So that to Australia is new. You know, like that style of bodywork is new.
What's it like to ride with that big front wheel, mate?
Yeah, it's not that good, eh? Anyone who's ridden a bike with a big wheel and a rake before is like, it's all right.
Yeah, they know what they're in for, yeah.
Just that air ride in the front end, air ride in the rear, you know, it's set to be just low and slow, looking tough.
It gathers a bit of attention, and then, like you said, once they get closer, it pops in the sun. And
Yeah, you kind of just walk around the bike and it just picks up all little bits all the way around where it's all being smoked in. Because initially I wanted to line it, but then I was sitting there thinking, everyone lines a bagger, you know, everything's like been lined up, and on the floor, if I take the lines away, still do the same sort of design, but then just smoke it.
yeah, we could.
Without the lines, so it kind of still got that whole, like how it sweeps in and then steps down. I redesigned the whole rear fender because it actually came into a point. So I cut it, deleted it, and fiberglassed the round into it and smoothed it all in.
So you're not just doing painting, you're doing a bit of fabricating as well,
yeah? Fab work, mods, pretty much just, change that design. The F-bombers boys in the States, they're doing a lot of that sort of style now, so I just try to emulate what they're doing and what's big over there, and
adding your own touch with something. Yeah.
It did have some old tail lights in it. There was sort of old style with the, like, you know, with the retro sort of like arrowhead sort of style in it, so I deleted them, put some LEDs in there. The nose on the front's the original road glide. The front wheel, Bad Dad actually, like, they built it with that wheel, but I can't find the name on that wheel.
Got some serious speakers up there too, brother.
Yeah, man, we've got 6 subs in there.
Yeah, wow.
Rockford Foss gates, 2-way. Yeah, they're all right, they go good.
Yeah. So this is where the magic happens, yeah?
The magic happens, man.
So just give us a quick run through the concept of, you know, the process of painting,
So obviously we do all the prep work out there, and then come into the booth, and that's pretty much where I spent hours just laying artwork down.
Yeah, right.
Been staring at these 4 walls just for hours. We're spending a lot of time just doing lines and doing all the artwork and mixing paint and laying it all down.
And the other interesting thing, I heard you mention that you're planning to start building some bikes, maybe break out, paint them up, do all that, and then sell them.
Yeah.
So that's different as well.
Yeah,
You know?
if you're gonna, I'll bring my style to it.
Yep.
Build them how I envision. Might put my sort of signature on it, and
And you know the demand's there. I mean, the last breakout you said you unveiled it, next day it was sold.
it's all fast. Must be, doing something right and heading in the right direction.
You like your bikes to go hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a background, you were just mentioning before,
In racing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Australian Superbikes and that, yeah, wow. So what's it like getting onto the big girls once you started, you know?
It's good fun, man. Like, I get out there and like have the missus on the back and we'll go through the twisty stuff, man. This thing's just scraping out both sides. From a young age, like, the old boy used to sit me on his tank of his bike and drop me to school at like 5, 6, so you can't do that stuff these days.
No chance, no.
Like, I remember just hanging off the tank and getting dropped to school on the bike, and then in the weekends we'd be working on bikes, and we'd pull motors out of one bike, put them in another bike, and they had a XR at one stage with like 5 different bike parts on it, Don't even know what it was at the end, So it looked like a Suzuki, man.
From the age of 5 it was in the blood, wasn't it?
Yeah, all the way through, man. So,
And look how far you've come now, mate. Good on
they've
you.
They've broken me like bones, and from having to learn how to walk again, it took me 2 years to like walk again after a few big crashes and stuff. So, but I always throw a leg over a bike.
Yeah.
That though, I mean.
So tell me a bit more about the business as well. So you do a thing called tin swaps.
Yeah. So I brought tin swaps to everybody.
We'll go over and have a geezer, mate.
Check them out, man. So what I'm doing here is just bringing my own design to the tins and get them painted up. And once they're all painted up, I just drop them online. Guys like them. They've got that same bike, same year group. Like, that's the NRS. We've got the muscle, and I've got breakout 18 to 22.
Yeah, right.
So I'm looking at doing 23 onwards soon, but because they've got a different tank on the 23, they've got a bigger tank.
Yep.
Even if you brought your bike here, I could have it on your bike within 2 days.
Wow.
So if you like what you see and it's a style you want to go for.
And it's not just in Australia either.
No. So I have been been posting sets to New Zealand.
Yeah.
The momentum that
Yeah,
it's
it's
been getting,
taken off.
man, it's just,
That's right, and you've trademarked it too, you're saying, yeah.
Trademarked it.
It's yours, yeah, that's
Yeah,
unreal.
trademarked it because I've got guys holding my heels, so
Yeah.
a lot of copycats out there, right?
It's always the way, mate.
Yeah.
When you're onto something good and you're good at it, it's just natural for people to copy, isn't it? You're on your own here. You both have workers
pretty
with you.
much
Yeah,
just
still on your own, yeah.
Yeah, like the tin's off of me, so it has to be me producing it.
Yeah, 100%.
Giving them what they want.
That's your fault for getting such a good reputation.
Yeah,
mate.
that's it. The reputation grows so much.
Yeah, that's it.
So those bikes outside, that's like examples of your tin swaps?
Actually, this one here is the Fat Bob that, it derived from tin swaps, man, because that's the sort of style that we do on the tin swaps. Guy had a Fat Bob, but he came in matte black. He was digging the honeycomb, but the honeycomb wouldn't really sort of go with sort of down the center of it.
Yep.
So he wanted the honeycomb on the side, sort of just smoked some honeycomb into it and put the shield and banner on it, blacked out behind it, and just did it in silver, so it works with all the alloy that's on the bike, the beveled alloy that's been cleared over.
And another quick turnaround.
Yeah, another quick turn was done in a week.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, stripped down, painted, done in a week. I'm not one to mess around. Anyone that follows me knows I'm up early and I'm here till late doing it. So
Yeah, well, because sometimes a bike can sit somewhere for 6 weeks or something. Usually they've got a full team as well.
Yeah.
And like I said, you get back to that quality control, you've got it all, you're in control of it all.
keep the quality flowing all the way through, and my name's on it, so it's got to be spot on. Like I'm pretty fussy with that. Reputation is more important than the money, man.
Oh, for sure. It's a small industry, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're trying to set something new and bring in something fresh to the scene.
I think you're doing that, man.
Yeah.
I really do.
A lot of guys in the States are keen, and there's a lot of artists over there that have been following what I've been doing, and they're real digging what we're doing.
Oh, it's good.
So everyone wants to be this person or that person, be an individual, but I think, you can be an individual, but I think, if you can bring the industry together and everybody
work
together and build up,
And what about the future? Paper painting,
Man, the future is just world's your oyster, right? Because it's so much happening and it's changing all the time. The whole point of the van is to load the bagger up and get the tin swaps in there, go interstate and, turn up at some Harley events and some shows and get it all out and show what's going on, and show them the bike and show them what we can do for them and that, like.
I'm talking about the van, that's not bad either, mate.
Yeah, man, she's a big unit, billboard on wheels.
Looks professional too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, looks like big boys are here to play, eh?
I usually have a live to ride stand and it's just like a Lennox from Bunnings. And I'll tell you what, and it blew away at Walker. The whole thing folded. I was at a bike rally and it didn't have it down with the backs. So yeah, a van would have been better. Well, good on you, man. Thanks for giving us a
Welcome here anytime.
look inside. It's been fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, bro.
Yeah, we'll keep turning it out, man.